Instagram.
Literal cockiest or cockiest?
Like it's also a pun. So I was on Instagram probably like Saturday or something, and the guy got a tattoo of where his dick goes down to on his leg.
Wow.
I saw this,
that's really cocky.
This girl had a tattoo under her boob for the first tattoo was 1984 and it was like where it hung. So she was
like for the band. Or that's 1985.
The band is 1984, but no, like she is like the year and then a line, so where like the bottom of her boob lies, and she, so the first one was 1984, she got that one in 1984, so it's like this is the position, this is like where gravity has affected my boob over the years.
Apparently, bras are really bad for boobs.
I don't know.
Why would you want that?
What?
Apparently, bras are really bad for boobs.
I have heard that.
Apparently, gravity is really bad for boobs too.
Well, no. So, like bras, because they're so supportive, make the boob tissue weaker.
Don't they have like a more chance to get breast cancer?
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Because like it makes the boob tissue weaker and things like that. I guess I don't really know how boobs work. I'm not much of a.
I hold the titty up for the girl. I don't care.
It's just if you want your woman to have nice firm ones, convince them to wear things like bralettes or whatever that are basically just like a little thing that covers their nipples.
I don't think that's what.
Or they could just put a sticker over top.
No, but it's a much less supportive bra. It's just like cloth,
That's
like our underwear.
crazy.
They have like those.
Gotcha.
They have like those. We saw them at work. They're like bras, but they're like they don't actually like strap. They're literally just like almost like tape that just goes on
the glue for dresses.
Yeah, those things. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, apparently they give support.
See, I'd be worried about my nipples, like especially as a woman. Like pulling that sticky stuff off a nipple.
Well, I feel like the sticky stuff isn't like there's like an area where the sticky stuff.
You have to wash it off.
There's they make special tape for like runners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like because like if they run in the shirt like
chafing,
it chafes their nipples.
It's like better moleskin
of Andy from The Office.
Yeah,
he has to have like toilet paper taped to his nipples.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like better moleskin.
That happened to me once. I forget why or how it did, what I was doing, but it happened to me once.
Like if I'm sweating like a shit ton.
I think it happens more frequently whenever I wear shirts that aren't like those sports shirts that are kind of like a little bit
dry fit,
grainy. Yeah, like things like that. Like that definitely happens a lot more often than these shirts.
I feel like dry fit is designed to not happen though.
No, I can honestly say that my nipple has never bleeded because of shirt chafing. It's like sandpaper versus like putting your hand into a buffer. You can put your hand on a buffer, but you would never put your hand on a belt sander.
Right. Sure, I will.
Well, I did.
That's what Tommy would shop.
They're both unrelated. They're both sandpaper, but a buffer is just an extremely low grit sandpaper. Mm. So I feel like this is the low grit, and then like those kinds of shirts are like a belt sander.
Right.
I don't know. Like I said, my nipples have never bled because of shirt chafing.
I've never had my nipples bleed. They just get irritated.
Bled. It's just an irritation. Like I said, it happened once.
Nipples grow back.
Well, I did it one time, guys.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
I remember. I don't know if I was in middle school, elementary school, or high school, but at one point on the bus, a kid's nipple literally got ripped off.
Yeah.
You remember that, Colin?
I don't remember that, but my cousin's nipple got ripped off. I forget what. I think he got ran over by a bike and the tire ripped it off or something. I can't remember what exactly happened.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
Man, this HP warranty shit. Let me tell you.
Okay,
Colin. What is up with your topic for the day?
What is up
for the day? What is
if you can get it up?
So like I have a little bit, but I'm gonna go with this one because I was just doing it. What's like one thing on YouTube that you enjoy to watch? Like
Minecraft Let's Plays.
If I well, I guess that could work. But like what I was saying is like one thing that for some reason I always catch myself doing is watching Legend of the Zelda lore and timeline videos.
Legend of the Zelda.
Legend of the Zelda. Yes. No, it's Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if that was like a YouTube thing. Legend of the Zelda.
But I always find myself watching the lore and timeline videos for some reason. Same thing with Destiny lore and timeline videos, but Legend of Zelda is definitely much more prominent than the others.
In your defense for the Destiny videos, that's the only way you can understand what's actually going on in the game. Is
but they do like so much investigation into it, and they read all the books and shit to get even more in depth. So I enjoyed that because like there's like a lot more that the game doesn't even exist yet in some of like the comics or whatever.
I don't know what that was, but
for
me, it's definitely Minecraft Let's Plays and then 9/11 conspiracy videos.
Is that an actual statement?
Are you talking about like what we just
like what do you just normally find yourself end up watching? Like I will always end up watching something about Zelda.
I watch a lot of food videos.
I always end up
I'm a sucker for food videos.
I always end up finding myself watching like top 5, top 10 videos of just anything like humanity's lowest point. Like I was just watching that yesterday. How I came across that, no idea.
Yeah.
10 most
By the way, the Holocaust was number 2.
What was number 1?
Something what was in South Park
global warming?
No,
global warming.
Tooth decay.
I forget. No, like the from the Chinese restaurant. What's the Mongolians or something?
The Mongolians
in Mongolia or something.
They conquered me last week.
And then the white guy who pretends to be Chinese. It's ridiculous.
I think it was in Mongolia. They were some people were like kind of buried alive, but not really. Like they were put in this like way where they couldn't lay down, but they couldn't sit up. So they were like in that state before, and they were just like locked in, and that happened to like thousands of people, and then they starved to death.
That's interesting.
You mean like they like buried them to their neck up? Or?
No. Like they were in like a box or something. Like they showed like an image. Some reporter like took a picture of it, and it was on like a newspaper.
Oh, was this recently?
No, it wasn't recent. This was like fucking while ago.
Oh,
okay.
Whenever those cameras went poof, and then you had to stand there.
I believe so.
The Mongolian torture box.
That's it.
Whenever I was trying to cut up at school, like not eat as much, I was really hungry tonight. And I watched a 23-minute documentary on the history of New York pizza. Because I was hungry.
Now, the one thing...
And then like there's like this other channel where like the guy will like make foods from like different TV shows and stuff. I love him. He made like Szechuan sauce, and he made like food from like Friends and like all kinds of different TV shows.
You know what really bothers me? Just out of curiosity, I wanted to see if somebody came up with like a recipe for the Krabby Patty. It's literally just a burger. Like
really
people are like, here's how you make a Krabby Patty. Put some meat on the grill and then throw your lettuce, tomato, and pickles on. And it's like, oh, so a fucking burger.
But there's a new conspiracy theory out that there's crab in the burger.
Yo, like, there might be, and that would be bomb as hell.
I feel like that would be actually pretty fire.
I read an entire book about the history of food and how food actually dictated the entirety of history.
Well, people were paid in salt.
It was really good.
It
wasn't really good, but like I had to read it for school. But like
it
wasn't a book that like I liked reading, but it wasn't one of the ones that I walked away and I was like, "Fuck!"
Like it was just like interesting.
Yeah, up until after like I want to say starting the Industrial Revolution. That's when it started to get like, all right, whatever.
Well, back in like nice. Slave-owning Egypt days.
Nice slave-owning Egypt days.
Can
I quote you on that?
Sure. I mean, it's being recorded.
The tweet us.
But way back, they got paid in salt, and there was another spice that they got paid in.
Yeah, everyone gets paid in trident layers.
And it's interesting
the gold
to see,
standard. It's a trident layer standard.
It's interesting to see like we just throw salt everywhere and we'll spill salt. We'll be like, nothing.
Well, no, because you gotta throw it over your shoulder.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like we have weird traditions like that, and then all of a sudden, like there's people back in the day that would have like scrounged every last little piece of that salt up in order to make sure that they had the money for bread.
Well, a lot like back in the day, salt, like spices, became such an important thing just because that was the only way you like have like taste to your food.
Yeah,
and it also preserved food. Like salt was a preservative and everything.
That's why it was just interesting that like now. Salt's like nothing to us.
Then they had to like restrict them after they were almost used to make everybody in Paris hate to fuel the power for an immortal metal bird.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Sly.
What is that?
Fake fan.
He really is a fake fan. You don't know anything about Sly, and you say it's like your favorite game series.
I was busting the balls.
Leave.
No, fake fan. Ronald, isn't he a fake fan?
Kind of. He didn't know it was in the documents that Sly stole in the beginning of the game.
No, I knew it was in him. I just didn't know who was on.
Fake fan. Fake fan. There's also this series that I like to watch. It's called Hot Ones. Where like what they'll do is they'll like get like a celebrity or a guest or something, and then.
Oh, is that whenever they eat the wings?
Yeah, they eat like
That's what I was going to bring up.
In between.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Questions. It's really good.
Because I always end up finding myself watching, like, whenever I played through the Assassin's Creed again, that was like my whole playlist of what was running in the background.
I love those videos.
I don't do that. I don't play things in the background when I'm playing video games.
Oh, I always put something in the background, and then the moment a cutscene starts,
if I'm going for a platinum, I'll put a podcast on or listen to like Kind of Funny Animated.
If I want to listen to music, I'll put on like Killing Floor 2. do a couple rounds of that.
I just feel like I can learn a lot more while I'm sitting there taking in other information.
Yeah, like when I'm working on Platinum Borderlands 2, since when I was just running around getting shotgun kills, I just threw a podcast on, listen to it.
I almost always have a podcast on anyways.
Whenever I was playing Crash, I'd listen to podcasts.
I might start doing that when I play Crash because it gets kind of boring.
Oh, I don't know how you guys bought Crash for $40.
They released.
I mean, I love it. It's really good.
It is a really good game.
Yeah, it's a level so hard they cut it from the game.
Yeah,
and then they decided to throw it back in.
Is that free? Do you need the game to play that, or?
Yeah, I'm sure
you need the game to play it, but the DLC is free until like August.
Yeah, it's $3 if you don't download it now.
Me and Quan did like a little Crash tournament with the demo, and Quan did like a couple runs of the hardest part in the demo.
I'm a good friend and I listen and I know who Quan is, but for the viewers who don't know who Quan is, why don't you go ahead and explain it?
It doesn't really matter.
Quan's the dude who answers the phone every time I call.
Yes,
every time you call who?
Ghostbusters.
He works at GameStop with me. It's not that important.
Did they hire someone yet?
No.
They hired Notzak.
Just like everybody
else.
I said,
are they still looking?
I think so. I don't know. There's no signs up, so I doubt it.
Okay. But just remember, me and Ron both have jobs.
That's a discussion for much later.
Do you?
Yeah, I told you could dish whenever you wanted.
I told you can literally get any position you want besides serving. And you
Zach said, I want to be a server.
Can I be a manager? I'll take that one.
Okay, no.
No, you already said it. No takes you back.
In the state of Pennsylvania, verbal contracts are legal.
I'll put the application in and see what happens.
It's recorded. You can't say no.
You can be the only manager with no kitchen experience.
Dude, the managers are always in the kitchen. At least for me.
So, we had like a little Crash tournament. And he had a couple runs through first. And then all of a sudden I just picked up the controller and got into my platforming mode and just went nuts. I just went through the whole level in one run. Like, I lost a life, but I would immediately like get to the checkpoint and get my life back. So I was just like, I was killing it. But I just don't think that game's worth $40.
I don't know.
I really...
I thought it was...
When I beat all of them, I'll give you...
You get 3 games.
To go back to your topic before, I'll end up watching like what if videos as well. Like, I mean, with like space or like... What if the Earth stopped rotating? What would happen? I'm like, oh shit! I didn't know that would happen.
ASAP Science.
Would he not have helped them
Fox did ASAP
Science.
Or would he
buy them some cool stuff?
For the brand new deck, he helped them build.
Alright, Zach, what do you watch on the YouTube?
I find inevitably, like, it's not even like I look or secret. It's just something that happens.
Yeah, I never search for these. They just pop.
It's like
what we're talking about.
Yeah,
and I'm always watching some interview with some actor on like Jimmy Kimmel or Conan or something.
That's what you used to always stumble onto.
And like so, like you watch the one video, then you see something on the side, and it's like, oh my god, I want to hear about
especially
the time
the same
Mark Wahlberg fucked a goat.
Especially if it's the same person, then there's 3 more videos there. How
dare you discriminate Marky Mark? That's crazy. Take it back.
On a side note, I like that. I like the DirecTV commercial where Patrick Stewart comes at the end and then they replace the actor for a more handsome, more famous actor.
Yeah.
Who's also British.
I did enjoy that one.
And where are you at, Tyler?
You know, sometimes it's Zach Galifianakis in between 2 ferns, but
I love In Between 2 Ferns.
Do they still make them
is that still going
often?
I don't know.
The Obama one is legendary.
They're definitely not as quality.
I like the Hillary one where he's like, and now I'm our sponsor, and it's a Trump ad, and she's like, did you really have to play that while I'm here? He was like, sorry, he just paid me really well. Mistakes.
What's the best way to reach you? Email?
Yeah.
He did such a good job on that one.
I gotta watch that one.
Other times it's Custom Zombies. It's Custom Zombies maps. They really interest me.
Is it just Vanos or other people?
It used to be Yodi Slaya, but that's not a thing anymore.
R.I.P.
I still watch Yodi Slaya anytime I'm watching Borderlands.
Dude, I love Yodi Slaya's Borderlands videos.
If you're playing Borderlands, you have to have him on in the background.
No, that's not true.
I have to.
I've never seen the videos.
You've never seen Yodi Slaya?
You've never seen his legendary weapons guides?
Dude, he was the guy to go to for that.
He still is.
He still is.
Does he have like kind of an accent? Like a southernish accent?
No. I wouldn't describe it as an accent.
Kind of.
What happened? With him dying?
He has like a North Carolina kind of accent.
Almost like kind of not.
It's not South, but it's
not as thick, but kind of like Scooters.
The Scooters is super thick. What are you talking about?
Super thick.
That's why I said not as thick.
Scooters is thick with 2 C's.
Not really. We can
thick
watch
with 2 C's, my dude.
Okay.
But I just want to like throw this out there. Today in a shipment for GameStop, we got a PS Vita game, brand new one.
Which one?
I don't know. It was some Japanese crap, but like
surprising no one.
What?
Does that have platinum?
Probably.
It doesn't say on the box.